Hello there, my friends. Chris Marcus here with you for Arcadia Economics, and today a quick video about Bitcoin, masking the uncomfortable fact that almost nobody uses it, and what does that actually mean to the price of Bitcoin or what we might see going forward. It's an interesting article because I think they raise some good points, and as someone who does own cryptos and personally does believe that we are going to see some rallies just as impressive as some of the past ones. I think it's worth digging in here, so that is what we'll do. Bitcoin has a lingering problem that few people are talking about amid the renewed exuberance. Hardly anyone is using the largest cryptocurrency for anything beyond speculation. Data from a blockchain researcher, Chainalysis, shows that only 1.3% of economic transactions came from merchants in the first 4 months of 2019. Little has changed over the boom. Well, Bitcoin economic activity continues to be dominated by exchange trading. This suggests top use case remains speculative. Yeah, I think there's truth to that. Because essentially, you could think of it as a startup that, maybe they do have a great product idea and maybe it does really solve a business case. But people aren't using it yet, so that's why it will probably be priced lower than if everybody adopts it and is buying the service they offer. Yeah, I would say that is Bitcoin being used mainstream? Certainly not here in the US. I hear reports of places like Venezuela that cryptos are coming in pretty handy. I'm actually going to dig into that to find out a little more how accurate those are. But again, really, if there's a purpose for Bitcoin or any of the cryptocurrencies, we'll leave the alt tokens aside, which can be a different animal. But really, the whole purpose of these cryptos is as some sort of stable means of exchange. So at least the way I always approached it was, again, I first saw the problems in the dollar that are just, I sit here making videos every day of just the unimaginable things that we see happening, how much are actually printed, how much nefarious activity, how much government activity is made possible through the dollar and the unfortunate way that it's abused as the world's reserve currency. And again, being of the school of thought that dollar as this world standard that we know it seems to me on very borrowed time, but we have not reached that point yet. So whether that happens tomorrow, next month, a couple of years from now, we shall see. I tend to see that being sooner than later, but in either case, that's when you'll see really what I would think would be the break point. And with that said, there's certainly a lot of growing list of adoption, whether I think it was Ohio is now accepting for taxes, Facebook coming out with their own coin, and just the blockchain concept. I know people get riled up thinking, what's going on in the price yet. Essentially, we're talking about an accounting ledger where you can't steal billions and trillions of dollars as has been going on. So there's whatever's happening with the price now, but if the dollar fails, which to me seems an inevitability, if you want to say that something other than Bitcoin or cryptos is going to be used, then okay, sure. I mean, maybe there's something that I don't know about, and if so, then certainly that would probably be of a lot of value. As much as I love gold and silver, given the world we live in where people like buying things from Amazon and sending payments around the world, do you shave off like a little slice of your silver ounce and put that in the mail? Now there are gold and silver backed cryptos, of which I'm actually somewhat affiliated with one called Vault Chain, where blockchain is used to guarantee that the metal is actually there, unlike the COMEX, where Even Bart Chilton, former CFTC commissioner, mentioned that interview I did with him that all the commodities, there's much more paper out there than actual underlying. So, I mean, even something like that is a mix of precious metals and blockchain technology. So I think there will be a lot of things. It's idea that there has to be one paper currency dominating the globe. I think is more economic myth than reality. And anytime you have competition, certainly that's a good thing. That the Mises Austrian School of Economics really laid out quite clearly that people can choose what they want. I mean, even now, you go to Europe, you have the euros, the Japanese have the yen, a lot of different currencies out there that people can choose, and many do choose to hold. So I think still that the cryptos will be a part of that. And that's, I guess that's the bet. If you think that, it's going to stay at, what do they say, 1.3% or whatever it was, and never going to be used more widely than that, then probably the price is high right now. But if you do see problems with all these paper currencies, and that we're going to reach a break point with that somewhat at some point, then in that case, certainly, there's going to need to be some alternative. I love the mix of certain select cryptos and precious metals. Leave your comments below. Maybe you have some other ideas. Again, people barter. Owning land is always good. Certainly, it seems like you could make the case that in today's dollar supply that real estate levels are high, but not that there's just one answer, but would love to hear what's on your mind. And with that said, we'll wrap up for today, but thanks for watching. The land of